Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys another Pick 3 video, and today we're going to work on Pick 3 of Pennsylvania. I want you guys to pay close attention to combinations or hits that are coming out with mirrors and some that are coming out with doubles. They have a likelihood, not always, but there are some repeating pairs. Okay, so I want you, when you can, compare when you see them, keep a daily log and daily track of these. Okay, I'm using both 1, 2, 3 and a 3, 1, 7 rundown. There's information on both. Putting them together could be really important on how you may want to choose your prediction numbers. So we'll start with the first example, February 6th, day game. The hit was 249. If you're new here and you don't know how to count out a rundown, they're very simple. You're just going to add each of the numbers down the columns. So let's say we're counting up our 1, 2, 3 rundown. We're going to put in the last hit, 249. And for the first column, we're going to add 1 all the way down. So we would go 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. When you get to your 2-digit number, only use your ones place. Use your 0. Okay? Then you would add 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. You know that you did it correctly. The number you start with will be the number that you end with. Then you would add 2 all the way down your second column and 3 all the way down your third column. You would do the same thing for your 317. Add your 3 all the way down the first column, 1 all the way down the second column, and 7 down your third column. When you have everything completed, I want you to take a careful look at your 317. Okay, now look at the hit 249. There's a possibility that 4-9 pair may repeat in a few draws. Okay, and there's a particular set of numbers you may want to pay close attention to. Okay, now you have a 4-9. Under it, you have a 6 and you have double 5s. Okay, pay attention to the 6 number and this 1. All right. And the reason why I want you to pay close attention to it, I'm going to go ahead and circle them, because those numbers could be your future date sum number, meaning when this 4-9 pair with an additional number may hit. Yeah. So going back, we're trying to decide 4-9 pair, what number is it most likely to hit with, right? And again, you may just want to use 4-9 and then all of the numbers surrounding it. Okay, like that 492 may come back up, 495 may hit, or maybe even 496. Okay, those are just some options. But I want you to now look at your 1, 2, 3 rundown. I want you to pay close attention to your mirrors, your split mirrors. You notice here you have a 6-1 and a 1-6. These are important for the 1, 2, 3. This could be telling you what your third number may be. I can't guarantee that, but pay attention, because these may change slightly, and I'm going to show you on another example. But for right now, I want you to pay attention to the 6-1. Okay, now if you notice here, okay, you do have a 4-9-6. That would be in this area. I would write that down. If you're looking at from this point, you have a 4-9-6, you have a 4-9-1, right? Okay. So let's just say we're looking and we're comparing those splits. We do see a 4-9-6. So we're seeing that once again. All right. Very important. Well, guess what happened? That 6-4-9, it hit February 9th. What's the date sum number? That's the next most important thing, right? We want to know when these pairs may come back up. Well, if we add our month and our date together, 2 plus 9, we get what? 11. The date sum number would be 1. What did I tell you guys at the beginning? Okay, your date sum numbers If you look for your left side double, the number in front could be your date sum number, and it did. It fell literally on that date, okay? So pay close attention to that, all right? The number was also important because 496 was part of the combination. Now remember, I told you to go back because I want you to pay attention to those splits, okay? You see your 496 here. If you look at the number this way, 496, literally. So they're all kind of attaching themselves. Hopefully that will help you eliminate numbers that you may not want to play. Okay, so that was just for the first example. Let me take you to February 7th evening. You guys see, you have doubles. Now you notice it's on the left side, 3, 3, 6. So it's a possibility that the pair 3, 3 may come back up in some upcoming draws. Okay, so we have 3, 3, 6. And then we have the splits here. Remember, I told you to do the 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you have a 4, 9, 9, 4. That could be an indicator that maybe 3, 3, 4 or 3, 3, 9 may want to come up. If you look and compare it with your 3, 1, 7, you see that there's a 3, 3, 4 sitting right there. Okay, so pay close attention to that. So if we wanted to, we can go 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 9, right? Okay. Let's say you only wanted to use those numbers. Well, guess what? On February 9th in the day, 4, 3, 3 hit. Look at that. All right. Now, couple key things. I want you to pay attention to that date sum number. Remember, I told you left side doubles for PA. You may want to pay close attention to those numbers. These numbers can be used in different ways for different states, but for PA, when it comes to the doubles and what may be coming up, you may want to use these numbers as date sum numbers. Okay, now they can change that, but you continue to track and see what they're doing. Okay, so this 4, 3, 3 came out. Look at this, 3, 3, 4 right here, 4, 3, 3, 4 here. Okay, you see why I like using them both? They kind of literally kind of show you how to look at both of them and how a lot of the same information can be coming on them, but you have to look at it in a different light. So when it comes to those splits, as you see, those numbers, they're like right on top of each other. Okay, so let's look at the date sum number. Remember we told you about this, that double, the number right in front of those left side doubles. Okay, so 2, 9, again, 2 plus 9 would be 11. So our date sum number would be 1 or its mirror 6. Okay, so pay attention to that. And what happened? 6 or 1 was the date sum number right here. Okay, I've been calling those forecast numbers, and there's a few ways that you may want to look at using them, but for PA, those forecast numbers may be used for a date sum number, letting you know that 334, that 339 could be hot on the date sum of 6. Okay, now I want to show you a little twist here because you guys just had a hit of 774. Now, I did the same thing. I went back. You guys had a hit on February 7th day, 229. I put it in the 123 and the 317. Okay, but there is a slight change. So I want you to pay attention to that. Okay, what if they don't utilize these split numbers on the 1, 2, 3, because it can happen, right? I want to show you how to give yourself an additional option and how to look for it to mirror as well, because they may not want to come back out with a 2, 2. They may use the mirrors, your 7, 7, okay, because they did. Now, all my newbies, this is where your mirror numbers are very much needed. When you're looking at these charts, I know you may want to use the numbers that are on the top, but they may pull something and they may want to use your mirror numbers. So like here, your 2, 2, and 77, they're the same number. They're just opposite of each other. Okay? So when you hear me say mirror numbers, 0 could be a 5 could be a 0. Okay? 1 could be a 6 could be a 1. 2 could be a 7 could be a 2. 3 could be a 8 could be a 3. 4 can be a 9, and a 9 could be a 4. All right? So when we're looking at this, my natural instinct would be to use your 226, your 221. Now, if we're looking at it, see on the bottom, we can catch it here. 221, that's hot. 226, it does touch. That's true. If we look here, we have, and remember, this happens to be our forecast number, so we want to keep an eye on that, right? All right, so now we have our 22. If we're comparing that, 226, it does touch. 226, 221 can go up if you notice it from here. Those are all possibilities. But what if they want to use their mirrors? Okay, I see a 77. Here is a 72. You see that? There's a little change here. That's why I like the 317 when it comes to that. But you could always keep that. But 771, I see that. And a 776. True, I see all of those. Okay. Now, if I would have went to the store and played those based on the splits, I would have gotten those wrong. I would have been one off. Because there's a possibility that they may still want to use the forecast number, the number that it originally came with, but in its mirrored form. Okay, so you may also want to do your 229, 774. Make sure you still keep your original options in the mirrors so that they cannot throw you off. Well, the 774, it did hit. It hit February 12th day. Now when we add the date sum, 2 plus 12, what do we get? 14, right? So 4 is 49, not the date sum number. So as you see here, you have 3 different examples. Those doubles on the left side are providing a forecast number as a date sum number. They can always change that. Pay attention to your 1, 2, 3. They could use the splits, or they may continue to use the number that it already hit with, but in its mirrored form. All right. I hope, Pennsylvania, that's helpful. You guys have been getting quite a few repeats, and I hope this is one way that you can lock in some really easy combinations. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video.